For a long time, truck enthusiasts from North America have been jealous of their colleagues from Australia and South Africa because of the Ranger Raptor. They had access to a cheaper, more nimble, and equally impressive off-roader as the F-150 Raptor. Even worse, that pickup was also sold in Europe, a part of the world that is anything but a traditional pickup market. Fortunately, those days will soon be a thing of the past, because the Ranger Raptor is finally coming to the US market, better, more agile, and stronger than ever. Stay with us, as we are going to check if the all-new 2024 Ford Raptor is really king of the wild. If there is something Ford engineers know to make, that's a pickup truck. The F-150 has been by far the best-selling pickup in North America for nearly 5 decades. But in some crazy sense, that popularity was also a kind of a double-edged sword. It made Ford management believe that the company doesn't need anything smaller than a full-size pickup in its lineup. Eventually, the Ranger was discontinued, while the development of the next generation was moved to Australia. Soon after, it became obvious that this was a mistake. In the last decade or so, mid-size pickups became popular again, mainly because of the affordable price and better maneuverability. The Toyota Tacoma took over the market, so Chevy, a company that also dropped its mid-size pickup from the US market, decided to act first. It brought back the Colorado, while Jeep released the brand new Gladiator. Eventually, Ford decided to bring back the Ranger in 2019. However, that model came back with a pretty modest offer, with just a couple of trim levels and a single powertrain option. Although a good pickup, it wasn't available in a dedicated off-road version. Ford focused on the full-size F-150 Raptor, while the competition realized that smaller pickups are actually a way better proposal. With the prices skyrocketing in the last couple of years, more and more off-road enthusiasts were preferring models like Tacoma TRD Pro, Colorado ZR2, and Gladiator Rubicon. Ford, on the other hand, hesitated to bring Ranger Raptor to North America. Well, that finally changes with the next-generation Ranger. Although also developed by Ford's Australian department, it will finally bring its full offer to North America, including Raptor. The new Raptor will be even better, and among other qualities, it will also feature class-leading engine power. So let's start with the powertrain section first. As mentioned, Ford has been hesitating to launch Ranger Raptor in North America for years, and we think that the main reason was the powertrain. Namely, the Australian Ranger was equipped with a 4-cylinder turbo diesel that, although a great engine, wasn't something US truck enthusiasts would choose over a proper V6 or Turbo 4 gasoline engine. With the recent redesign, the Ranger Raptor finally gets a proper powertrain, a super-capable 3-liter twin-turbo V6 gasoline engine. Essentially, this is the same engine that powers the Bronco Raptor, just a tiny bit detuned. Instead of 418, it features 405 horsepower, and the max torque stops at 430 pound-feet, 10 fewer than the super-capable SUV. We don't know the exact reason for this minor detune, but what's important is that the Ranger Raptor will still feature by far the most powerful engine in the class. Chevy Colorado ZR2 is good for 310, while the upcoming Tacoma TRD Pro with a hybrid powertrain will offer 326 horsepower. However, it's worth mentioning that Toyota's new hybrid setup will be second to none when it comes to max torque, 465 pound-feet compared to Raptor's 430. In any case, the new Ranger Raptor has plenty enough power to be an ultimate desert runner. Just like in every other Ford pickup in North America, this Raptor will also use a 10-speed automatic transmission with selectable drive modes, which will send power to all wheels. Just like the F-150 Raptor, the Ranger Raptor comes with significant off-road upgrades over the standard version. As you may presume, the suspension setup brings probably the biggest revisions. First of all, the rear suspension drops good old leaf springs and gets a way more advanced setup instead, with radius arms and coil-over shocks that are now mounted outboard the frame. At the front, you will find an upgraded aluminum control arm, as well as a revised shock mount. The Ranger Raptor offers 10.7 inches of ground clearance, a 1.4-inch increase over base versions. That's still notably less compared to the Bronco Raptor, but let's keep in mind that this pickup is imagined as a desert runner rather than a classic rock crawler. Therefore, We are way more interested in suspension, and boy, things are really impressive in this aspect. At the front, this Ranger offers 5.2 inches of jounce and 3.9 inches of rebound, as well as 5.0 inches of jounce and 3.8 inches of rebound on the rear end, with base 33-inch all-terrain tires. The new truck will also be available with bigger 35-inch tires, and in both cases, you may count on standard beadlock-capable 17-inch wheels. Of course, the heart and soul of this suspension setup are 2.5-inch Fox Live valve internal bypass shocks, which have been specially tuned by Ford engineers to perform in 7 different modes. The following modes are normal, tow haul, sport, slippery, off-road, rock crawl, and Baja. Front and rear lockers are also part of the standard equipment, but it's worth mentioning that this pickup doesn't feature a stabilizer bar disconnect, something that the new TRD Pro does have. On the other hand, thanks to the Australian engineers, the Ranger Raptor will have one big advantage, not just over classmates, but also over Bronco and F-150. It will come with a Watts linkage that locates the live axle laterally, which is a superior technical solution over a classic panhard rod that provides superior performance in cornering. The new off-roader comes with the exterior design you would expect from something with the Raptor badge. Of course, massive cladding is all over the place, while the huge black grille with Ford lettering is yet again the highlight of Raptor's front-end design. Also, proportions are slightly different compared to the standard Ranger, starting from the 4.3-inch wider track. The whole body is wider, so there is no room for side steps. We already talked about higher ground clearance, which is also the reason for a better approach, departure, and breakover angles. In numbers, that would be 33, 26.4, and 24.2 degrees respectively. As a proper off-roader, the Ranger Raptor also features massive underbody protection that covers every vital part of the truck, including the engine, transmission, transfer case, and fuel tank. And yes, we almost forgot to mention that the North American version will get a steel front bumper, while the rest of the world will get plastics. Exclusive Raptor features are on the inside as well. Compared to base models, this pickup will come with a few important upgrades, starting from the new, heavy bolstered seats and a sportier steering wheel. The black interior comes in a combination with a lot of orange accents found on the stitching, steering wheel, around air vents, etc. Also, the list of standard equipment is longer and includes dual-zone climate control and heated seats, along with a full load of modern tech features. Speaking of the tech features, goodies like a 12.4-inch touchscreen, 12.4-inch digital instrument cluster, wireless smartphone integration, and Wi-Fi hotspot will also be part of the standard equipment, while navigation and a premium 12-speaker Bang & Olufsen audio system will be optional. The off-road suspension usually brings one big compromise, and that's limited towing and payload capacity. The Ranger Raptor won't be any different, as the max towing capacity will be 5,510 pounds, which is nearly 2,000 pounds lower compared to the base Ranger, which can tow up to 7,500 pounds. More importantly, the max towing rating is notably lower when compared to key rivals, Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro and Chevy Colorado ZR2, which can both tow 6,000 pounds. The same is with payload capacity, which is rated at 1.411 pounds. For comparison, the regular all-wheel Ranger is good for about 1.711 pounds, while the rear-wheel drive model goes even further, with a class-leading payload capacity of 1.805 pounds. Things look way better when compared to key rivals, especially Colorado ZR2, which is good for no more than 1.151 pounds. We've been waiting for Ranger Raptor with open arms for years, but things are now a little bit trickier than they used to be. The competition is much tougher because almost every player in the segment has a super capable off-road variant on offer. Of course, it all starts with Jeep Gladiator, which comes with 2 impressive off-road versions, Rubicon and Mojave, which may not have as peppy powertrain but offer superior ground clearance, as well as approach and departure angles, along with impressive off-road hardware. The Colorado ZR2 is as impressive, with the same amount of torque as the Raptor and a versatile, daily commuting-friendly design. Moreover, the new ZR2 Bison is coming with further upgrades as an ultimate overlanding machine, loaded with features and accessories. Finally, let's not forget by far the most popular mid-size pickup on the market, Toyota Tacoma. The new generation is on the way, and this time, the Japanese manufacturer will offer two super-capable off-road versions. Besides the TRD Pro, there is also the new Trail Hunter, which will come with all the features you need to conquer any part of the world. Both models will feature Toyota's new hybrid powertrain with class-leading torque, which should also offer class-leading fuel efficiency. After a couple of delays, order books for the Ranger Raptor finally opened in late May, and we expect first deliveries sometime in August or September. As for the price, the North American Ranger Raptor starts slightly under $57,000. It may seem expensive, but don't forget that the Bronco Raptor costs almost $88,000. A huge gap indeed. What do you think about the new Ford Ranger Raptor? Can it outshine the competition, or maybe even make the F-150 Raptor obsolete? Does it make sense to pay $29K extra for the Bronco Raptor? Let us know in the comments, and of course, don't forget to subscribe because more videos like this are coming. Thanks for watching and see you next time.